I I really think another problem come into effect too. They choose the wrong men. And I'm gonna go by my experience. When I first met my hubby, he didn't have a whole lot of money. Um, Honestly, he was fresh out of prison. He was working for Chili's, and I'm like, I ain't dating this Negro. I work for the federal government. I had that attitude, but he told me his intellectual properties is more than I can imagine. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. And that stuck with me. Hold on, his intellectual properties. Okay, let me see what he about. He didn't have a lot of money. He took me on unusual dates, like to the park with ice cream. Um, we went to the park with ice cream. We had one date. Another date we had where as though it was free, but we went to miniature golf. They had a free night, which was lovely. He took me sightseeing, to the zoo, things like that. He took me to pick flowers, and he talked to me about the things he wanted to be in life. He talked to me about God because he was a believer in God. He talked to me about Mozart and Bach, and those are like, um, if anybody don't know, they're what do you call it? Musical. It's on the tip of my tongue. Composers. He talked to me about things like that. So his intellectual um, being part of him aroused me. Now, I was going out on dates at this time with other people, and they had money. I mean, they had money and they had houses, but they was like, yeah, yo, I'm just like this. I'm that and I'm this and I'm that. The way they talked to me was too. I don't want to use the word on here, but I am ghetto. But they had a lot of money. They talked to me hood, but they had a lot of money. And this man is coming to me humble, but he was very humble, but he had that masculinity I could not get around. And it was like, ooh, yeah. He would be like walk on the side of the street, like open the car door. It's just things that he did with me. So I gave him a chance, and he told me, "Give me 1 year." First, it was 1 year, and I'm gonna be here in my life. I did that. He was. Then he said, "Now you mine. Give me 5 years, and I'm gonna be here." And he was, and it continued to grow with my husband. And so I say that to say this: you have to pick the man that's correct for you, his mind, not his pocket. Because if you're picking his pocket, you're not picking the right one. Because you got to look at it. There's a lot of dummies out there that's rich. And there's a lot of intelligent men out there, black men, that does not have that money. But if you, as a black woman, you could be their backbone, you can get them to where you want to be. And I say that to say this: if my mother told me this, you are a man's backbone. Okay, you're there to help him, to be his helpmate, to guide him in where he wants to be. He's the backbone. You're the backbone. But guess what that backbone do? It twists the head, yes or no. You as a woman, you have that power to do that. So most of our melanated women don't know how to pick the right man to be successful in life with that man. They want to go for the fast dollars, the smooth talker. You got to go for a man that gravitates your mind and pulls you to success, whether they have money or not. Because a lot of them don't have money. If you look at a black man, he is already struck down 12 times, 12 to 13 times in this society. So you as a woman got to help pull that through. Now, I've done that. I can tell you right now, there's not nothing my husband won't do. We've been together for a very long time. There's nothing he won't do for me. If I say I want a new room, he'll paint it. He's a painter by trade, drywall finisher. He does that. If I say I want something, he'll get it for me. I will be up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning cooking a full course meal for my husband. I have no problem with that. You know why? Because I love him. I love that he's a protector, he's a provider. When I am in a bad mood and I'm just going around here, especially, the 28th day, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? When the women, anybody gonna say something? Y'all know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about, 28th day.
The Riding Hood, Little Red Riding Hood.
The Little Red Riding Hood. I be in here just going, who left this cup right here? He'll come to me and he'll grab my face and say, hey, fat face, what are you talking about? My whole mood change. I'll be like, okay, because he called me fat face. My whole mood changed. I'm like, what? I just forget. I get mesmerized in his masculinity and the way he treats me. If my husband say move left, I'm going to move left and be like, okay, I'll move left. What now? I'm not going to question him because we have a relationship. We have a history. He's shown me that he's a leader, a provider, and he treats me with respect, honestly, and he teaches me. When I say my husband teaches me, if I have a question about God or anything like that, I go to my husband. But right now, I'm just like, hold on. I'm trying to be one up on him with the religion thing, so I come to TikTok, which I shouldn't do. But I do right now. I'm to be honest. But back to what I was saying. Women, the black community women need to pick better. And once you find a man that's mentally on the same plane as you, y'all will be a fucking force to be reckoned with. You can go from the projects to a penthouse real quick because you're on the same page mentally. You're on the same page educationally. Or if you're not educationally, you're trying to go in the same direction to be that way. Stop picking and choosing above your means or that you can't do. It's not going to work. And I land my plane.
Yeah, just one quick question. You said you've been with him for a long time. What, you mind saying how long? Was 5 years, 10 years? Uh,
28.
wow, you've been married 28. That's amazing. That's beautiful.
And then hold on, he's not actually my husband. Like we got married in the no, we just been together for 28 years. He's my husband to
Oh,
me.
understandable. No, the reason why I asked too is on other lives I've been on, there's certain women who make it very clear that they would not marry, nor would they even date a man who's been in prison, right? So I found it so interesting how everybody has their own perception, of course, on what they consider a deal breaker or a no-go situation. Now, here you found a man who used to be, in prison, and he turned out to be amazing, and so that goes to show you. I know a lot of people, and some people in the comments, once you said that, they were like, "Oh no, definitely not." But the thing is, I'm of the opinion that everybody is, of course, you have to take everyone according to what they're showing you. You know what I mean? I'm not into just judging someone because, oh, this was their background and now this is actually going to be them for the rest of their lives. I mean, I used to be a stick-up kid. I used to steal cars. I used to sell. I did a little bit of everything in my life. I mean, I never did time. Thank God I got arrested before, but I never really went to prison or anything like that. Like they say, I had a good lawyer. But the thing is, um, no one would ever know if they looked at my life now and the way I'm living and how I've been living for many years, they'd say, "Wow, that's your background." So, and I'm very against people judging people indefinitely on their background because someone could look at me and go, "Oh no, you used to do that. No, I can't deal with you." It's like, huh? It's just like the law. I feel sad for these young dudes who made bad mistakes. All right. They got caught out there, they did whatever, and that's going to follow them for the rest of their lives. It's like they go to jobs trying to get employment or whatever, and it's like they're going to discriminate against them. I think it's like a very wicked discrimination when someone is holding on to your past, even though you've moved past that situation, they hold on to your past. So you know, blessings on your relationship, and I'm very happy for you.
Think about this. Black men get incarcerated. They've been lied on so many times in the system. But he didn't lie about what he did. He said he'll do it again. He was protecting a family member. He said, "God dang on here, do it again." And he did his time. He came out. I mean, sometimes you have to understand what other people are going through instead of being judgmental. Because what if you went to somebody went to jail for protecting their mother? Somebody went to jail for protecting their child. You don't know people stories, so you can't just say, "Oh no, I ain't gonna date a felon." But what if that felon protected you, and then he went and started dating because you didn't want to stick with him in prison. Then he started dating. When he get out, he started dating someone else. But he put what?
Taylor Taylor is strong on that. She's like, it don't matter what the reason. She's like, I'm not dating a fella. And and to her, that's her right. Like Bobby Brown says, that's her prerogative. For her, she knows there's no doubt I'm not gonna do that. And we can't hate on that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there are people who understand that there's circumstantial situations uh, that would make it acceptable, for them. So, it is what it is. To each his own, like they say.